Good morning and welcome to the WRW News. I'm Mrs. Vasquez and today is Monday, October 3rd, 2022. In our weather report today we will have highs of 87 degrees with lows of 64 degrees. In our nutritional report today we will have a bean and cheese burrito for lunch, and then for breakfast tomorrow we will have a sausage biscuit breakfast sandwich. In other news, we wanted to announce that later this week we will start having some of our student anchors joining our WRW News team. This week we're going to have some of our WRW News team. They had worked with us last year. We have our new anchors. They're going to be coming in as I get permission from parents. So hopefully within this week or maybe next week. I'm still reaching out to some parents and some students that I need things from them. So as I get those, we'll be adding new anchors to our team, and then I'll also play for you some of their audition videos and why they made the WRW, because they're awesome. Before we close, I want to turn to Mrs. Vasquez in a hat with our Toolbox Strategy for this week. Hello, this is Mrs. Vasquez in a hat with our Toolbox Strategy for this week. How has it been going so far, guys? I've been really happy checking in, and I see students kind of talking and they're using their breathing tool to kind of calm themselves. I also hear students that are using their quiet safe space tool, and they're thinking and picturing those places that kind of give them peace and calm. The tool that we're going to be doing this week is the listening tool. And with the listening tool, it's really not just listening with your ears. If you're only listening with your ears, what you're doing is you're hearing. And hearing and listening are not the same thing. When you're using your listening tool, you're listening with your ears, obviously, but you're also listening with your eyes and you're listening with your heart. And that's why we point to our hearts. We have our heart and our ears. We're going to kind of put those things together. It's really important that we listen with more than just our ears, because what happens sometimes is sometimes people will say things or we hear things and we think that they mean this. But if you look at their facial expressions, if you look at the situation, you realize that maybe that's not all that that means or all that they're trying to say. Maybe they're trying to convey something with their facial expressions or their body language. It's really important to pay attention to those things. It's also important that we listen to ourselves and that we listen with our heart and we check in with ourselves about how are we really feeling. Too many times students will get into arguments or they'll hit or do things that we are not supposed to do as wildcats. And when we ask them why, they say, I don't know. And that's because they weren't really thinking and they weren't listening to their heart about how they really feel. If you check in with your emotions, you have a better ability to control them. And if you know how you feel, you can keep that in check and be able to respond and make better choices. So when we listen with our ears, with our eyes, and with our heart. And that is this week's Toolbox Strategy, the listening tool. All right, that's it for the WRW News. We hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.